Welcome to part 2. Part 1 will be linked down below in the description if you haven't checked it out yet and feel called to. Might make more sense, might not. Don't know anymore because we're getting... we are literally getting a divine makeover and a whole expansion. An expansion of us, our whole being, because we're healing from being tricked into a human doing and not a human being. And we're a human being. We've gone home to ourselves. We're expanding with unconditional love. And we know it's happening right now. All this work we're doing is happening through the self. It's happening through the first house. And all this work that we're doing in the first house is connected to the 7th house and all the work that we are doing to expand partnerships. But we're expanding partnerships through the first house and the self. So we're untwisting it. We're not expanding partnerships in our partnerships where we've been tricked to think that we expand with them. Now that doesn't mean we don't, because this is the energy of, the opposites coming together to create the whole. This is all of it coming together to create the whole picture. But we know that things have been twisted. We came here to live, not to be evil. So we understand that things have been inverted. We've been living in an inverted world. And we came here to clear that up. Mission work, right? We came here to clear up the artificial hack of the artificial matrix by activating with patterns of divinity that are written light codes, right? That are activating from within to without. The story of us and how we got here. The story of us. And, we're healing with what the story of us means. Because this is a big thing. We've also been tricked to think, only certain parts of creation are the story of us. I got the house, the story of us. I got the man or I got the woman, the story of us. I got the new car, the story of us. I had 2 babies, the story of us. I had 2.5 bathrooms, the story of us. No. Healing from the programs. Healing from the mind of duality, walking away from group think, going home to the singular mind of the heart, restoring compassion, restoring unconditional love, expanding with patterns of divinity. Untwisting it. Because the story of us is this beautiful, massive, incredible, stellar, expansive story of the story of us, the story of you, the story of creation and our role in it, your role in it, our connection to our roles in it, our unique expansion, the story of us. And it's all a part of it. And we are the magic. And it's about our energy ships. We discussed, that we're figuring it out. That we're all in our unique energy ships or energy boats. We're all in our unique energy boats. But we're all in the same water. And we're not in control. We're not in control of those waters. We're in charge of our energy boat. We're in charge of our energy ship. With how we can elevate with our perceptions. We can also take a dip and a dive with our perceptions. But our perceptions are our angles of manifestation. Let's change our perception. Now we've changed our angle of manifestation. Right? And we can even elevate with how we express our feelings. Thus, in changing our point of manifestation. But we understand, we are not our mind. We're not our feelings even. We are the being that's witnessing this all. This is the story of us. The story of our lives here and our mission and what we came here to do with creation. This is beautiful. So we scribed for the new moon in Pisces. So it's a good thing we go into part 2 from part 1. Because we're always all over the place here, guys. We're always all over the place. Figuring it out. Naturally unfolding together. So, our new moon in Pisces scribed messages were the sun, air, is expanding with the mother, the cups, and that's getting us in alignment with the father, the fire, to have an expansion with the father and the mother. And that's going to be our thoughts, the power of mind, plus our emotions, the power of our emotions, the energy expressed in motion, expanding into energy in motion, expressed. And this is the power of our emotions plus force in action. And we're going to ground it during this time of this Virgo full moon, this worm moon. And it's connected to our previous scribe messages in part 1. Now, we know that we discussed when we talked about uncovering the mission and all those parts, breaking it down to breaking it down to elevate, that we are in a time of an angelic attunement and we are raising our frequency, and we literally got the message of elevation. And what this means, we are elevating with creation because we've gone into a deeper level of a co-creator, in understanding that we are not our past and we are not all these programs, that we get to create anew our highest vibe 10 of cups, expanding it through the earth with our 10 of pentacles, our divine inheritance. We get to co-create it anew. And we get to be excited and happy about this, even though we're transmuting a lot of pain, because we're learning how to let go of our past, and that we're not our past. That it was experience for us to step into a deeper level of co-creation here. And that we can now co-create anew, higher vibes. And there's a lot of people helping us to understand, building this new world, how to do these things. And a lot of it has to do right now with meditation and being able to be, in the present moment, not having all those programs running, and then we're doing things that we don't want to do, that we know are not for our greatest good. It's being able to be aware and to allow us to heal and expand and live our best lives and be us in the present moment. And know that as we're being us, we're not doing us, we're being us. Our best, highest vibe future is being created. Now, we're untwisting it. So we don't have to do to be. Okay? But in order to be, we may have to do a few things. Okay? But we came here to be. Not do. We came here to be. To be us. There's a healing here. There's a massive healing. Now, let's expand off these messages. This specifically has to do with healing with our feelings, the moon, instinct, nurturing, gut reactions, comfort, digestion, home, family, conditioning, habits, femininity, lineage, privacy, embodiment, emotions, sustenance, self-soothing moods, and mother. And this has to do with all the things that we're healing right now. We are, as we discussed in part 1, this is about healing from patterns of trauma and wounding in our past, from our childhood. And that we've been creating our 10 of cups, that we have been still putting these patterns of trauma and wounding from our childhood in our current 10 of cups that we've been creating. And it's veered off course. It's not high vibe enough. So we're in a time of an angelic attunement and an alignment for our mind to be in alignment with our heart, for us to have brain and heart coherence through going home to the singular mind of the heart and expanding and healing from the mind of duality, healing from the mind of separation, healing from addiction. This has to do with our feelings. This right now has to do with our feelings. And this is what is amping up the building of the new world with our connection to the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. And this is understanding that our wishes are not trophies. That our wishes are connected to what's out this window and leaving this room. Our wishes are connected to the heavens, the earth, the nature, the connection to life and expanding with all of life. Not our material items, not our trophies. And like our ego mind, like, this is where that ego mind tricks us. I need to win. I need this to be happy. I need this to play out. I need this to feel safe. I need this, this, and this. And then, you know what? You get it or you don't get it. Whatever, but you get it. Let's just put, you get it. But they're not satisfied. You're satisfied for a minute. Now it's off to the next thing. It's not sustaining you. Why? Because you've been tricked. Because it's not true fulfillment. Because true fulfillment is actually living life. It's actually living it. And understanding that we have access to all of this to change our frequency, to change our energy, to literally change our tune. And that we're creating music, the music of us. And the music of us is connected to this grand symphony that's being played right now. Humanity's healing and evolution song is connected to Mother Earth's healing, evolution, and song. And all of life, this is a universal expansion. All of life is expanding together, whether we want to or not. But we do want to. We've been tricked to think we don't. We do. It feels good. It feels great. And just because, this is being able to heal. Like, this is like, in the old way that you were creating, it was like, I'm fighting with my boyfriend. Grandma's mad at me. Okay? I can't find my other shoe. I don't know what I did with it. I have a zit right here. It's like, I'm having the worst day. I just can't be happy. I cannot be happy. Rah, 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 rah. And then all of a sudden, everything's crashing down, manifesting all this. Oh my goodness. It's just like, wow. And then you're calling everyone up. Did you know that this happened? It started off with I was fighting with Timothy, and then before I knew it, Grandma called me. She was giving me shit. Like, I just can't be happy. I just can't have a good day. Grandma needs to be happy with me. I can no longer be fighting with Timothy. I don't deserve love. I'm falling apart. And my inner child's just screaming to me because my past is being vomited out for me to look at. And I said, I'm gonna go have a joint and I'm gonna fucking get myself a glass of wine. I'm gonna go fucking, anything I can do to distract myself from the work and feeling the pain. What can I do? And then I'm distracting myself, but all this stuff is still continuing every day. Every day I'm still finding my worth in everything without, and I'm feeling worthless. I'm feeling some sort of way. And boy, do I ever just want to continue with patterns of separation and telling myself all these old stories. Because that's what I've been doing, and it's easy. Even though it's really hard and it's torturing, it's really easy because it's what's been done. It's habitual. But no, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that because we've been transmuting the pain. Okay? We've been transmuting the pain. We don't want to feel like this anymore. We don't want to do this anymore. We are ready to co-create anew, stepping into deeper levels of co-creators. So it doesn't matter if I'm fighting with Timothy, and it doesn't matter if Grandma's mad, and it doesn't matter that I can't find my shoe, and I have a zit. Guess what? I can step into co-creation anew in the present moment, and I can change everything because I am in charge. I may not be in control of, everything that's happening to me without. I'm not in control of the water, but I'm in charge of my energy ship. And my energy ship is taking me to where I want to go. How about you? Where do we want to go? We want to go somewhere together right now? Let's go. Okay? So, that's the time we're in. And as I was getting ready for this reading, we know last time we met up, we got a connection to the power of self. And this this spaceship, this spacesuit ship that's a part of life, like the spacesuit ship is actually a part of life. It's actually alive. This spacesuit ship is unzipped to find two people together in it, twins, one more consciously awake than the other one that is sleeping. And that this bird we found out that this bird is our connection to spirit and expanding with spirit, and is connected to the restoration of confidence in us. And that there's a connection to the number 8 and the infinity symbol within each person that's within is seeing the number 8, is seeing their connection to everything. And this just goes back to our channeled message. Into me, when we look in the Ace of Cups, right? Into me, I see me. Into me, I see 2. Into me, I see 3. Into me, I see 3 plus more. I see the infinity symbol. That was literally what we wrote. It's been written down, inscribed, right? I just want to get it straight. And we will be going over all these scribed messages. We're going to have a specific part just for scribed messages. Okay. I know this was written down. There's so much scribed information. This is one of the biggest expansions I've ever been aware that I'm being a part of. Okay. Oh, it's right behind this. Look. Right? We just shared scribed information from our connection to new moon in Pisces to grounding it in our Virgo full moon. Look what's here. Trusting our dreams. Trusting our dreams. Into me, I see. I see me. I see 2. I see 3. I see 3 plus more. Heart chakra activation. And then there's the infinity symbol. And we need the contrast from a nightmare to a dream. We needed the contrast from a nightmare to a dream in order to get to where we're going. This is healing with all. This is healing with everything and being able to transmute the negative with the positive. Find the positives within the negative and transmute it. This goes back to expanding with bee totem, bee spirit. And what do bees do? They take the negatives of life and they turn them into the sweet nectars of life by being the positive. And that's what we're doing. So there's a connection to the number 8. Well, as I'm getting ready for this reading, and I was called to have the Crystal Spirit Oracle here today, this card fell over. I was reading it. There's a connection to using meditation to be aware and to living in the present moment. So here is another connection to being aware and living in the present moment. And this has to do with expanding the dream. Expanding the dream, but we're untwisting it because many, twins have been trying to get into union. But we're trying to not get into union the right way because we've been tricked. We're healing from the ego mind of duality. We are our twin. And we're not doing anything to be with our twin, but being our authentic self. That's it. We can't lose love. We can't lose our counterpart because we can't lose source energy and we can't lose ourselves. I mean, we can try to if we want, but you know how that feels. So we have to untwist how we are getting into union, and we're also healing with the fact that we want to get into union because this is part of the dream and the story of us. We're not going to feel bad about this anymore. I feel like in a lot of the twin flame communities, there's a lot of I have to feel bad because this dream is a part of me. I have to feel bad because this is happening to me. I have to feel bad because I'm a chaotic mess right now. But this is healing with all of it. The story of us, the story of everything. This chaotic mess is a part of us. We are this chaotic mess, and we're finding the beauty in the chaos to heal with it all. This is being able to activate in the chaos with patterns of divinity and be the peace, the love, the calm in the eye of the storm. That's what we're doing. And this is going to change the game. This is going to change our life. And our life is not a game. It's our life. We're seeing through that illusion too. It doesn't mean we're not playing games when we're living. Okay. So now we're truthfully going to expand off all this in our last part. We'll meet you to our last part where we expand officially and receive our messages. I'll see you there.